Come to your city, it's hot in the H, but my heart's still chilly. I just need a gram, some bread, and a quickie. If I ain't your man, I don't want no hickey. Right now I ain't shit, cause the road look shitty. Be like that for months, I might roll a blunt and hit that shit once, cause a nigga been sober. I can't wait till the day the shit over. I used to walk around with a chip on my shoulder for every last person I love who folded. I would give grace, but I'd rather give closure. I would take breaks, but I'd rather move forward. I done been chewed, spit out, kicked out, let down, but I'm still a motherfucking soldier. So fuck what you told me if you show me different. Fuck what you show me if you can't listen. I know that actions speak louder than words. The thing about change, they never consistent. I didn't got paid more than I paid attention. I didn't feel pain more than I like to mention. Hard on my sleeve till it's left on the curb. When I smoke this herb, I can't make a decision. You niggas be bitches, you bitches be hoes. You switching up more than you switch your clothes. I push that work till I get it in gold. And light up that heat when the nights get too cold. The only thing keeping me up from the nose, besides all the bread I'ma make from these shows. My life going fast and I like moving slow. And I've been on no for 5 days in a row. I might fly away, yeah, yeah. I might fly away, yeah, yeah. I'll be fine today, yeah, yeah. I'll be fine today, yeah, yeah. I might fly away, fly away, go fly. I might fly away, fly away, go fly. I'll be fine today. Fine, you gon' be fine. I'll be fine today. Fine, you gon' be fine. Yeah.
Time can't erase. Give up. Time can't erase.
Alright, time for the base tutorial. Okay, so what you want to start with is, if you don't have that much mats to begin with, I would recommend building 3 triangles, double door, and boom. Here's your starter, right? Of course, all would be stone in the very beginning. Place a double door here. This is up to you. If you do it this way, then when they break TC, it's unlootable, unless they have someone spamming it. So we'll definitely do it early game. Okay, so here's your starter, right? Bags, boxes, whatever you want. Now let's say you have more mats. To expand, you would go 3 more triangles, right? Wall, wall, single door. If you don't have that much mats to do the roof access, I recommend building these stone, leaving this wood, and then it gives you a little bit more space now, right? You put your single door here, 3 furnaces here if you don't have garage door yet. Right. You would remove everything from this, including your bag. Place a shelf here. Right. Remove the door for now. And then either, if you have barrels, of course, you can fit 3 on the bottom, 3 on top. If you don't, it's fine. 4 boxes, so it should be efficient for starting out. You can place another frame in the middle, by the way, for another garage door. Just for more rate cost if they go through doors, especially early game. Okay, so here's your starter. You can place, I personally recommend beach towels, but if you don't have it, then normal bag will suffice. You can still place 2, but basically like that, right? Actually, put this one right here. Okay, now if you don't have garage doors and you don't want one door to your whole thing, what I recommend doing is taking this furnace off, placing your tier 1 here, remove this, place it like so, another furnace here, double door, alright, that would be stuck. Okay, so then you can place these, alright, like that. Hold on. I think if you place it like this, you can still actually, yeah. Okay, so like this, right? And then another one here too. Okay, so boom. And this tier 1 doesn't affect with mobility whatsoever, right? Okay, so now that you have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4 to your TC, right? And it's basically the best you can ask for. Now we get to roof. So that's gonna be roof. So you're gonna remove the door for now, either from the outside or just patch this out. And you put wall, half wall, triangle, and then fill it out with the double door. Alright. Boom. And let's say you've been farming, so you have mats to spare. You surround all this with walls, put a single door at the very end, and then seal it. Alright. Boom. Make sure this goes inwards, because you're gonna have to replace it later if it goes outwards. Anyways, so now at this point, you have double doors. You can probably remove this, alright, since you have tier 2 by now. Place it up here, alright, either in any triangle. I prefer this one, alright. And you have more room. By tier 2, I'm guessing you have garage doors, so just place these all across. Boom. And also I recommend, in case, because we're gonna replace this door later by a vending machine, but I also recommend, if you know you're gonna get like raided soon for any reason, maybe you piss people off, I recommend placing bags here just in case your bags and main core get raided. And then upstairs I usually put furnaces because I want the base to be finished as early as possible. Alright. So I would do something like this, and then I would place another double door here, or garage door, where you want. Everything else is gonna be surrounded by garage doors by the end. So I'm just gonna add these right now, but just to picture this. Okay, so now we have this. Now we have 2 entrances, right? Lined. Should look something like this. Okay, from now on, since you have garage doors, remove this one. We're gonna add the roof access, either single door or double door, doesn't matter. And we're gonna full seal it, no half wall. Alright, so this is your roof entrance. I would place a double door instead of a garage door, just since it opens faster. Okay. Now we're gonna start from shell. So from front door, you're gonna do triangle. You can start from either left or right. I usually start from right. So triangle. Boom. Delete that one. Upgrade these. Now we're gonna skip 1. We're gonna go to the other next to it and put triangle. Delete that one. And then repeat. Skip 1. Triangle. Now this is where the freehands come into play. So choose any corner. This would be the perspective from on top. Right. And then I usually start from the left side. So if you're looking at it like this, I usually start from this side. Triangle, square, half walls. The main reason why I like this base is because it's very versatile. You can put it almost anywhere. And these freehands also come into play. So I'll show you. So for example, since I have bad graphics, I like it for PvP. But let's say I go into right. You can, I just estimate it. I usually put this white line, right? Just like center, not too high, not too low, right? Once you get there, you go all the way forward. You delete these 2 without moving. You switch to your building plan, foundation, stand up. If it seems too high, then go lower when you're at the half walls. But I think this is good, right? I moved, so I'm not doing it all over again. But it was a little too high, so I'm gonna lower it. Boom, this one's good enough. So square, you can delete those. 3 triangles off the square, stand on this one, delete everything else. Square, triangle, square, and that's it. Alright, after that you can upgrade this, and then if you want to be perfect, then you'll know if it's too high if you go down. Right, you see how I'm going, but it doesn't matter. I'll show you right now. Like if you do it extremely high, depending on your terrain, right, then the foundations can help you get more cover. Alright. Or something. You see? It doesn't matter how high or low you do it. Terrain is gonna affect, of course, but just try to get as however you want it. It doesn't affect it. So I'll say like right here. What's the last time? So again, you stand up without moving. 3 triangle twigs. Delete the rest. Square, triangle, square. And then you can upgrade it. And then go to the other one. It's a 3-way. So you have to do this 3 times in total. Some people prefer to use these with the gun. I personally don't care. Alright. Of course, with experience, we're gonna get them pretty fast. Okay. So, to make sure this and these don't decay, I forgot to add it. You're gonna add 2 twig double doors and upgrade. Either 2 or 1, but at the end of the base design, you're gonna have 2. So might as well just add 2. And you're gonna do that on all 3 sides. Alright. And then these are also gonna decay. So to stop it from doing that, low wall and then upgrade. Alright. 2 or 3 sides. Okay. And then if you want to get shell down, then I'm gonna explain it right now. Another thing I'm gonna add, right? I'm not saying this is gonna cost a lot of rockets to raid, especially on an offline. On an offline is very bad, but on an online, it's very good. If you know how to use the peaks, it is very good for an online. Of course, every base is raidable. If you upgrade everything to HQM and you hold them down, then it is very good for an online. I just want to get that out the way. Okay, so this is how it should look from the top. Now you got 2 options. You can add external TCs, and if you want, before you I'll show you how to do it at the end of the build if you really want externals. Okay, to finish the shell, rubber abandon. To finish the shell, you're gonna start with the 2 triangles, 2 half walls, upgrade these, windows on top. And you're gonna do that on all 3 sides. So half walls and windows on all 3 sides. Oh. Okay, there you go. Okay. And then you're gonna go to the squares and you're gonna add 2 triangles and each end. Like so. Okay. And then 2 triangle roofs on the triangles connected to the base, like so. And that goes on all 3 ends. Okay, and then for the squares, I will say this though, for this base, it requires a lot of windows and embrasures. So if you don't have those BPs, I recommend to get them early game. Door to the left side, window, window, window. Now, you can have these as walls, doesn't affect anything. All of these at walls, but it does give you a better visual on where the raiders are. So I strongly recommend to get one of those. Anyways, 2 twig, double doors, and then upgrade everything. Now, if you decide to do these as walls, then you can also do the jump up as shown here, like this. But if you decided to go my way, which is windows, as shown in the tutorial, then furnace would be an alternative. Or if you don't want the garage door here, you can also do a twig and upgrade it and then go up. I personally like the furnace. I've used it in every single time I built it. Go. And then garage door here where the furnace is. Double door here or garage door. Depends. Alright. And then single door. And then windows. And then you're gonna do this on all 3 sides. Now, since the door is looking outwards, this is like, they can't hold both doors at the same time. Right. And then you're just gonna do the same thing. You can put a roof on this one. Alright, on where the door is. If it lets me place it. Alright, and then a twig square, but not on this one. Not on where the 2 windows are. And then upgrade everything. Window, window, window. Single door. Just 2. Boom. Garage door. You can also put a double door on this one, but I like the garage door. Horizontal or vertical. Me personally, I like horizontal on these. Alright. And then last side. I won't explain this side. I'll just do it fast. Easy. Okay. Now they have these 3 sides done. Of course, the triangle ones and braziers. Okay. Now if you want to expand more, if you have mats for that, you would have, starting from this point, half wall. Alright. Half wall on both ends. You jump up. Half wall, and surround it with windows on top of the half walls, like so. You can upgrade these, right? Like so. 2 frames, windows on the opposite end. These are your shell peaks, so I would use verticals for these. And then horizontal for these. Now, the one where the furnace is, you would sit it with the normal roof. And the one in the opposite, you would sit it with the frame. Okay. Now, in the tutorial, there's a locker with a small box as a jump up. You can use any jump up you want. I just prefer this one. So if you want to do the locker, you would place it on this side, as shown. That with the small box, and then to make the jump, it's very simple. Stand on the small box, crouch. As you jump, just stand up normally. Alright, and then you make it. The main reason why I like this is not only does it give you storage, but also kit storage, and then it's the perfect crouch level for these peaks, right? As if you were using a normal half wall, you see. If you get rid of the frame, of course, but I like having the frame there. And then, sure, you can also use, if the server lets me, since it's decided to lag quite a bit. Alright, let's replace all of this. If you decide to use a roof at the cost of a garage door, and you get rid of the frame, sure, it helps. Alright, but at the end of the day, I'm pretty sure that, dude, this server is just not fun right now. I like the locker at the end of the day more. I feel like it's the more convenient thing. Anyways, you place either a large barrel, either 2 bags if you're a duo. This place can fit a duo, even a trio, but it would get a little cramped, right? I would place 2 bags here, and then the jump up here is very, very easy still, right? Oh. Very, very easy, you know. It's just, this server is just not it. sorry. Oh, another thing, right? For garage doors, they're gonna go on both sides of here. Alright, you want the rotor part of the garage door to be pointed inside. And then for this one, I don't know why these things keep deleting for some reason. Okay. Where the furnace is, you can either have, if you have the thing pointing towards the furnace, you will have a peak here if this frame is not here. You see that? So if you don't want a frame here, you can shoot a rocket up in there, or just hold them from here, right? You can shoot through it. Now, I'm not saying this peak is gonna come in handy, but it might. So just to give you that there could be a pick there if you want. Okay, so you're gonna do that on all three sides. I'm probably gonna skip over it since I showed you how to do one side. Now I have defended from this base multiple times. I stress tested it on Atlas. I'll show you some clips if I do have them. Now, the main reason why I say it's good for online is because not only because of the peaks it offers, right? I don't know if they were just bad. I mean, it's Atlas, but they ended up using at least, I think, 30 rockets, and they didn't get anything. But that's because I sealed too. So if you seal, you know, it's gonna add more cost. But I'll show some clips, and you're like, well, this base does not seem like 30 rockets. It is if you defend, you know. Any base is strong as long as you kill them. It's not good for an offline, like I've said before, though. It is very bad unless you split your loot between floors and they go through doors. Then maybe it's a little bit expensive, but I mean, they would just splash both floors. Very good for an online now, and I stand on that. But anyways, did I do all three sides? Yes, I did. Okay. So now you have this, right? From here, you would go in the triangles and put 2 full walls on each side, like on each triangle thing. Alright. And then, on the square ones, you can either put half walls, but what I like to do is put roll walls instead. Alright, and now you have 2 options. Either, of course, 2 frames, and then roofs popping off of 2 frames. So I use these as heli peaks, or they say they have an extremely high fob, and they give you peaks on their roof. Or if you place, of course, these you can peak really low. So I'll show you, for example. You can see like this part, right? If you crouch while having a thing above, it limits how far you can see down. As shown, hold on. So I can see that part right there. If I remove this, I can basically see the whole foundation, right? So if they're crouching up, done. But if you place this and you place campfires, right? Not only if it's a heli peak, but if you place a campfire, it's also a shooting peak, basically. So you just decide if you want to look down a lot, or if you want another shooting peak into the distance, as well as a heli peak. But I only use it like this. 2 garage doors, of course. Frames here. Alright, and that goes for every single one. So roofs, half walls, or low walls, all that. So on this one, frame, roof, low walls, upgrade everything. But I like this base because you can also freestyle quite a bit. Like, you can add your own stuff that you see. Okay, anyways, so it should look like that. Now, windows here on the half walls, or on the full walls, right? On all 3 sides. And then for the other inner peaks, so you can either do, this is the basic one. So from main core, triangles, And then you don't have to have these triangles, but I like to add them, so it should look like that. And then roofs, like so. Now I think, I'm not sure, we're about to test it now. Put a half wall here. Pretty sure you can put a turret here. Yes. Okay. And then you can do it, and the turret will shoot. The turret will shoot people. So you can do that. Have it on all three sides. It covers your whole shooting floor. It's up to you. I'll just leave it like that though. Alright. And might as well horizontal braziers, and then you will do that. The other way you can do them is place these, remove these, place these, like so. The only issue is if these break first, then you have to remove these to be able to place the roof. Right, but it still works. The only issue I don't like with these is, I'm gonna start this. So from your roof axis, you're gonna seal everything, right? Except this one. So right next to it, it's gonna be your roof axis. Alright, and then you can choose to put the door that leads to your shooting floor anywhere. I usually do it here, right next to your jump up. But you can also do it anywhere. You can also add it like right here, if you please. So, there for now. Okay. You seal everything up. Alright. So you got this. The only reason I don't like these is because once you put the roof, if you don't have the bruiser skin, then it blocks most of it. So I recommend the bruiser skin. The only reason why I don't like these, sure you can access your door, but it's very minimal in my opinion. It's very minimal compared to these, where you can see most of it. Alright, so I will recommend to do it connecting to the base, right, instead of doing it like that. But it's up to you. It's depending on how you build that base. Let's put this turret here. Sorry, it's deleting a bunch of stuff and I don't know why. But sorry if the tutorial is a little confusing. Alright. And then these are self-sidable, but you know. And they will shoot you, so you don't have to worry about it. Okay, so then you're on your roof. You're gonna connect everything to main base. These triangles on each end. Alright, and then you can just seal off the squares. Alright, you can upgrade everything. And then you're gonna put low walls on these triangles that you just placed. These are gonna be your roof peaks. And then triangle roofs on it. Well, and then from your roof entrance, you're gonna put 4 wall, either single door or double door. I like single on this one. If you put a wall to the right and a double door. If you have a minimum or luck, you can also put a single door, put like a double door. And then you can either put a garage door or a double door. Like shown. On all 3 triangles or squares, you're gonna put 2 frames, right, on each side, with a triangle roof on each end. And then seal it off with 2 half walls, 2 windows. These are gonna be your head glitches, with a roof and a square roof. Because once you upgrade, it's gonna be like this. And then 2 horizontal frames aiming towards you to give you the extra peak. Because if you do it the other way, you will only be able to look a little bit. Alright. So I recommend doing it like that. And if you do the triangle roof, I'll show you an example of it. Oh, another thing. I don't know exactly how it works, so don't mark my word for it. But I'm pretty sure if you do on the offhand, if you do the foundation high or low, I don't know which one it is, so you can practice, see which one it is. When my friend was building it, he built sheet metal floors like this, and there was a gap here. So if you break these frames, this gap, right, this peak is crazy, because I mean you can barely see yourself, right, but you can see from these two embrasures. So if you don't have frames here and you upgrade this to sheet metal, it leaves this gap right here, which, I mean, you have a silencer, just in general they wouldn't be able to shoot you, but you would. And it doesn't affect these peaks whatever, except for maybe this, but at the end of the day it's up to you. But these peaks are crazy. So of course it wouldn't work with this one unless you remove it, remove the airlock, remove these frames. So I'll show you. So you're gonna want to have this gap right here. I mean, you can already see the peak, but half walls, windows, roofs. If you do triangles, right, you can put a locker inside of there, inside of here, and put kits, and then it kind of works though, you know. I like roofs preferably though. And then the main reason why I use the peak is still here. This is the peak, right? Oh. This is the peak. So peak shown here. Alright. If you do it metal, it's a harder angle for them to shoot you, and you still get great peaks for them. Alright. Okay, so you're gonna do that. Same here. For this one, you're not gonna get no fancy angle. You upgrade them because of this. And then windows here with horizontal embrasures on each side. Alright. Horizontal embrasures, or you can also do it like this, and then put it here. Right. I like windows. The more peaks I get, the better. That's just how my perspective on bases is. So it should look something like this. Right. And then you're gonna put these roofs on top of the triangles, as shown. Alright, and then on the squares, I'm gonna put 2 triangle roofs. Shown. And then these turrets kind of protect the roof too. If they're standing here, they'll get shot. But I will strongly recommend to put turrets here on all 3. So that's 6. Right, and then on shell, so then that's 6, and then on shell you can also, instead of the low wall, right, that connects to the base, sorry, you can do a half wall here and then put the turrets here too, as well as, sorry if you already placed them, if you're building like if you're building the base, or like without like watching the, I don't know. But anyways, these is 9 turrets. This is 1 turbine. So with 1 turbine, you can do 9 turrets, which is protecting every single inch of the base. Right. So we'll do these instead on the shell too. Shown like this. Right. Like that. So then this is how it should look from the outside. Right. Of course, horizontal on each. Now this is up to you again. If you want this peak, it shows here, right? Then don't put the frames. But you will be more open from raiders, alright? With these, you will be more open. So if you put the frames, you won't get this peak. But if you put double doors, right, you will be more closed off. You will be more closed off. And then also, both of these are sealable from core. So if you see a raider right here, and let's say they have been breaking this, but he got up here somehow, you close these two, he's locked in. Alright, and then you can play it from here. He will be locked in, and you can play it from here. You can like go around, open the other door, or like if you have my skin, well, it's not my skin, but if you have this door skin too, you can like free fire them or anything. But you can close them from the inside, but you will not get this peak, so it's up to you. Also, same goes for shell, main floor. If you put 2 double doors here, right, then it protects you, and then you can also peek down here. But it protects you because if you crouch like this, or you just walk, your feet are not exposed, and I mean they can't shoot you, right? So I strongly recommend to put these doors here. And then also, if you put these double doors here, they won't be able to hold your front door, like so. Which is also a weakness in this space, they can hold your front door. But if you place this one here, then that's no issue, right? Unless you do what I personally do, which, oh, and then also, these doors can be closed from the inside, over your core. Same thing goes, if they're raiding that door, close them in, make the raid a little bit more expensive, and then you can hold them here if they go up to see what just happened. It's up to you. You will have to close that door to get in, and do it like that. But in wipes that I build this base personally, I end up replacing this door for a vending machine. Not only does it give you a little bit more storage, but also increases raid cost, right? Hold on, I just spilled my drink all over my mouse pad. So as I was saying, it adds a little bit more raid cost, right? And it gives you a little bit more storage. And then this is how it would look from the outside. Sure, they can still hold your door, but of course, with the vending machine, it's easy to make the jump. Of course, it's still possible without the vending machine. If you stand here, and then you, okay. Well, the vending machine helps, you see? Easy. And you could always seal this with the wall. But in the very beginning, when you start the wipe, you will need enough mats to build the jump up to roof. So instead of doing, if you want to do it with the wall, your code will look something like this, right? With your PC going there. But you would need the mats to be able to do it like this. Right. So the core is very versatile. You can do it however you want. And then also for the start, you can also do whatever you want. And then that goes for every floor. Anyways, right. In this third floor, like in your shooting floor area, I would do a locker here as a jump up with a bed here, and then another bed here if you have a duo, right? And then you can also do a burrow here, 2 store kits, and then the jump is possible. I don't know why I can't do it right now. Make sure the lockers like place to the wall as much as possible. Makes the jump a little easier. And then boom. Alright. Again, if you hold the corner, if you look at the corner and then just boom. Okay, anyways, this is the base. It has a lot of peaks. Me personally, I like it. You don't have to have turrets. It's still very, very useful in an online without turrets. Turrets just add a little pain for the raiders. This is how it looks from the outside. It looks beautiful in my opinion. Anyways, like and subscribe. If you like the base, just let me know. And tell me if you get online on it. And this is, I mean, I didn't upgrade it. You can upgrade it however you prefer. Me personally, I like everything sheet metal. This is upkeep, all stone as shown with deployables and stuff. It is 3k metal, 12k stone from just this, right? Oh, okay. If you want externals, you do it like this: 3 triangles with a square off of it, and another triangle. Right, delete everything else. Right, triangle or square, my bad. Square, triangle, boom. From here, right, you can upgrade everything. Right, this got destroyed. You also want to bring this up so they don't place the roof or the TC on your roof like that. And then you can either do this. Me personally, I like to do it this way. My externals. Of course, every person has their ways. So if you have a better way, I recommend not doing your way. I just like these peaks outside. And then to place the external, I'll place a triangle here, triangle, and then this, and then this, as well as this peak here. With my TC being on this square, and then the roofs, TC here, with the window, a single door, a roof here, and finally ending it with a bag. And you can fit a small box in this window if you place it like, if you place the TC like this, like that, and then place the small box like this, and then the bag like so, with the window. So something like this. That's what I like to do. It gives me a peek outside. Just keep in mind, if someone has an F1 or they're being weird, they can destroy your bag and also just kill you in general. I've been throwing in the by throwing it in there. Well, you get the point by just throwing it in there. I never use disconnectables. You can either do upgrading the foundations or the frames, or if you want a disconnectable, do it your way. Right? Disconnected. And then this just, if raiders raid the TC, they can't seal because of this one. And then they can't go to the roof to place a new one because this adds the coverage. Of course, if they go on this side and you don't have another one here and here, then they might be able to place it on this side. But at the end of the day, I usually don't use other TCs. This is just the main TC base. If you like it, like and subscribe. Blah blah blah. Anyways, this is the end.